Are we good?
Oh man. Consistency is killing us.
You can say that.
Consistency and persistency is killing us, but it's doing the body good too.
Exactly. You get results.
My brother.
Right.
We drive straight.
Nah,
Close
nah,
enough.
nah,
Close
nah,
enough.
nah.
Nah,
We need to get that right.
Cool. Man, look at who chiming in with us already. He said, I ain't gonna talk on the mic. I ain't gonna talk. But 5 seconds in, he already.
No,
active.
dude, we do the hand. Y'all need that hand clap.
All right, so this is what's his face talk about what you call it on the what's the name podcast.
Exactly.
I am one of your hosts. I go by Kelvin Jr. Don't forget the Junior. I'm here with your boy
Larry The Wavy Fellow, here to tell you
Hello.
And I am your co-host today.
co-host, sounding nice, crispy, full audio. I didn't help adjust the setup so that way I can make sure everything sound right. If he ever sounded low, that ain't his fault. That's on me. But also in the building, back behind the microphone again, we got the behind the scenes microphone. Mr. InFocus himself. Round of applause for Mr. InFocus himself on the mic today and giving us the visuals too, multitasking. I'm helping him out just by putting the mic back there, and he's making this whole thing look beautiful. So it's much of a 90-10 relationship that we got going on here. I'm not even finna act like I'm just as important as this man is.
30-30-30, that's all.
30-30-30.
We'll add the 0.3 later.
40-30-30. We'll take. He got the 40. Especially because I didn't seen what he do in when he in his editing room. And I call it the editing room because whatever room he decided to edit in is the editing room at that point. Seeing how long it take to cut down clips. And not only that, as soon as you hit render on that motherfucking software, that alone is a process of waiting. What's the longest it ever took for you to render a video?
Back in the day, that was like 2-3 days worth.
He's not lying,
We
though.
on that good technology now. A good 30 minutes max.
I'm about to say,
Okay,
yeah,
30 minutes. Look at how far technology
I'm about to
comes.
say, he quick with it now. Like everything just come out fast. Like I know some people that used to take weeks to give you your stuff, but he's the person that's quick with it. Like so, yeah.
He's quick with it and high quality with it, and I'll leave the sauce a little bit. I'll leak it. They be taking mad long because they feel like they're not getting paid enough, or they doing it for free.
Yeah,
because they be front, especially in the past 5 years. If somebody takes 6 weeks to release a video that they done already shot, they either did it for free or they didn't, or they feel like they kind of or might as well have did it for free.
Nah, I ain't like that.
Yeah, he
By that
not like that.
By that time, I don't even want to deal with you. Take that. Don't call me.
The only time he's ever not released a video, he was instructed to not release it until a certain time, and it was burning him up. The fact that he just got to sit here and look at this heat and can't nobody else see it.
I promise you guys, I can't work at Marvel. I'll be done leaked everything. Like this shot right here, nah, it's out.
Talking about Phase 6, but 3 of these movies out now
on bootleg and all
on YouTube. I done released Deadpool 8 on YouTube. The third one ain't even come out yet. Right. But
let's get into it, man.
How y'all brothers doing, man? How y'all brothers doing? It's been a week since I seen y'all. How y'all been doing?
I mean, I'm good. I just gotta give away my dog.
Damn.
Yeah, so that's an interesting process right now. And last time I was complaining about the job, now I got 2 jobs. So like, yeah.
We all got 2 jobs now.
We all got
we
2
coming
jobs.
up.
Like, yeah. So it's just like
no bull. Well, technically, he got 3. Tre got about 3 or 4. I got 2 because I think it's safe to say we low key been treating this like a job. Even when Tre was gone, that was sick leave. He never planned on leaving. He was always planning on coming back. Shoot, he even came here when he was down, but I had a medical emergency that I had to tend to. Mm-hmm. But yeah, man. I'm doing pretty well. Been working crazy, at work working crazy. And just hearing the podcast, listening back, honestly, hearing the podcast over and over again, listening back to it, has been pretty encouraging throughout the process. Just hearing the growth, seeing the growth too. with with the beautiful visuals that we done had 2 times now out of the 5 episodes that we got, and we back now with a third one, so we back at 50% easy, no problem. But just seeing all of that come together, even the audio mishap that we had on the last one, turning that into an entertaining moment, like, yeah, man, that's the geniusness of him. It also attests to the chemistry that we done all developed in 6 episodes.
Yeah.
So
improv is crazy.
Yeah. So it's been good for me. How you been since you got a mic now? How you been, man?
Oh, the same old, same old. The man behind the camera is always looking for the good feels. That's all I'm looking for.
Okay.
Understood. Do we put off the dating stuff until the next episode? Well, no, we need to find a good lead up into that. So we're gonna leave that alone. We can start off with Bronny was drafted. I know we late.
God,
we
bro.
late, but Bronny was drafted. It was funny because after the nepotism thing that I had said in the episode that dropped, or in the episode that wasn't released but was recorded already,
Yeah.
everyone started saying, I don't want to hear about nepotism and that. I was like, wow. I didn't think this was going to be the tune. I thought we was finna be one of the first ones to the party. Nope.
No.
Everybody on ESPN, FS1, all these other sport network outlets was on some, I don't want to hear about nepotism. I'm like, well, at least we on the same page. At least we on the same page. I don't know if you saw the video of when he got drafted.
I saw a clip of it on
It was
Instagram.
it was a beautiful moment. I'm not gonna front. It was an amazing moment. Seeing how beautiful that moment was, seeing him actually cry, it's like, so he really did want this as the opportunity. Seeing him there with his dad, his family, his mom, it's like, okay, everyone's gonna make fun of it because, oh well, he knew he was gonna get drafted anyway. Like, the number 1 pick, no, they're gonna get drafted.
Yeah.
That don't change the fact that he's still emotional when he get drafted. Like,
And I see it there. He got drafted last?
55th pick, so there was only 5 picks that got drafted after him, so damn near.
Yeah. So it's just like,
Damn near.
for him to get drafted that that late, and for him to have that emotion, I see it as like it's a real thing.
It's real.
'Cause,
1000% is real.
It'd be red if he was like in the top 8. You know what I'm saying? That's how I looked at it. It'd be red if he was like in the top 8, because then it's like, all right, LeBron's your father. He probably paid niggas, this, that, and third. But if anything, I feel like Bron was more like, nah, let him earn his spot in it. So if he is last or he don't make it, then let it be that. But I'm glad that he was able to have that moment with his family too. But the clip I saw, it was just more like he was about to cry. Like,
Yeah, he was getting there, and it was like he was trying to be cool.
Yeah.
And then it sunk in. And it was like, damn, it happened. But we gotta remember, before the heart attack, he was projected to go like halfway through the first round.
Yeah.
When he was coming out of high school, then he has the heart attack, and after he has the heart attack, he gets limited minutes at USC, a school not notoriously known for basketball, except in loving basketball. Like that was the only time, like not notably known for basketball as much as like its football success. So, being that that's no longer like an NBA powerhouse or considered to be that, him going there didn't seem like the most favorable coaches, didn't seem like the most favorable team. They didn't have the best record. You put all of these things in the totality. It's not like he went to Duke or Kentucky or even UNC, who even when they don't have the best players, they always find themselves in the mix because ACC basketball is everything.
Yeah.
Seeing him in that system, I was like, none of this shows me that he can't play in the NBA. It just shows me that he's not good enough for this system. And I think upcoming in Summer League, I do think we're going to see that.
Because like we was talking about before we got on the show, I think he got the Lonzo Ball effect. You know
I do too.
Because it's like how he came into it as well. It's like, yeah, his first few games in the Summer League, he did bad. And then, like, start towards the end, or like in the middle, he started doing good. And when he had his first few games in the league, like regular season,
Yeah, he was struggling a little bit.
he was doing all right, but it was just like he found his rhythm. I say like after his first year, so I give Bronny like his first year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
He
think
gonna
a
do
couple
good.
years. Yeah, a
Yeah.
couple years. He'll settle into a system.
'Cause he's small too now.
Yeah.
And for him to have that, like, what was a heart attack?
Yeah.
Yeah, for him to have that heart attack at such a young age, that's scary.
Yeah.
And that means he been putting too much work on his body ever since he was young.
Mm-hmm.
So he got to learn a system where he can either get bulky in a way where he not getting hurt and getting pushed around on the floor, but also not putting too much pressure and strain on his body, because he is like in a critical condition if he go overboard with that shit. You know what I'm saying?
And the doctor said he was back at 100%.
Mm-hmm.
It was just up to him to find a regimen that works for him to get him back in the game shape.
Yeah.
And I do think, I know we did the episode with Andre.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that in the midst of everything that everyone kind of had to put into their bodies to be able to even participate in certain things, like there was colleges that shut down because of COVID. A whole basketball season got scrapped because of COVID. I think a whole football season got scrapped because of COVID too.
Mm-hmm.
They wasn't letting certain people come to school if you didn't have the vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't letting certain people play if you didn't have the vaccine. So it's like, if you go about just saying, all right, I'm going to go ahead and do all of this, the introduction of some of those, some of those new chemicals that was put in the body seemed to have some adverse effects on some people.
Yeah.
And it seemed like that could have been one of the cases for him, that it just didn't mesh well with him. And maybe, I don't know. Of course, I ain't a doctor, and I don't work for the government either. So that could be the case. But even if that's not the case, bro worked himself back into shape to qualify to play,
Yeah.
and to pass all types of physicals and tests to be able to play. And I mean, he got drafted. I can't erase what made him a top 17, 18 pick
Yeah.
because of that 1 year that he spent at a poor college basketball wise. I can't do that.
He was doing good before he went to actual college.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
he wasn't dropping 30 a night at Sierra Canyon, but
He was
Sierra
getting some good
Canyon's
highlights.
filled with superstars.
Yeah, he had some good highlight moments.
Right, and he's running he playing point guard. I think he was starting point guard for Sierra Canyon. So it's like, if you look at some of the first round picks, worse stats than him coming out of college, or the similar stats to him, and they got picked higher than him. So it's like, if we just gonna keep basing stuff off stats, it honestly is just like, yo, his name is LeBron James Jr. We're gonna treat him like LeBron James Sr. because we don't see LeBron James Sr. in Junior. And it's like, bro, y'all never treated Michael's kids like that, and they was trash. so if we not gonna have the same energy, or maybe LeBron just needs to retire in order for us to appreciate everything that's associated with him. Like, it's getting weird now. It's getting almost obsessive.
Yeah, I'm about to say, how do you feel the fact that he got drafted to the Lakers? Knowing that Bron is up there.
I mean, I think that was a move by Rich Paul. I think that was an agent move where once he fell to a certain point, it was strategy of who was going to pick him, because I know other teams wanted to pick him for the thought that LeBron might go over there. But then they drew the line in the sand. LeBron said, I'm a free agent. And then he ended up signing. But he wanted to let it be known that he was a free agent. Then it seemed like the noise got a little louder that wherever Bronny got drafted, he was going to go as a free agent. And I think some teams was willing to take that risk because they seen something that could garner ticket sales, garner jersey sales, as well as possibly help the team.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Profit or
And
a spot in the
very,
playoffs.
very possibly, LeBron might just go over there if it's a good enough team and LeBron think he could win a championship with that team.
Yeah, he'll go.
And we
over
could draft Bronny too. Yeah, let's go and get both of them, and then we'll just throw Bron the supermax or throw Bron a max contract or whatever, and we'll draft his son. So I think him getting drafted to the Lakers, being that it was so far back in the draft, the concept of, oh well, he's stealing the spot that could have been reserved for somebody else. If there's anybody better than Bronny that didn't get drafted, they got signed. There's a such thing called undrafted free agents. So whenever the draft is over, there are a bunch of people in the field that get phone calls and they say, hey, we're going to sign you to a contract. The difference is draftees, when they sign their contracts, it's guaranteed that they're going to be on a roster. With undrafted free agents, when they get signed, it's no real guarantee. So it might be a level of security, but he's not taking away a job. If he trash, he ain't gonna make it.
Yeah.
and nobody's looking at it like you wasted the 55th pick of the draft on bro, there's 60 picks in the draft. Nobody looks at the 200th pick in the NFL draft and is like, wow, y'all just wasted a pick. Bro, that's the 7th round pick. What are you talking about? we don't care. We don't talk about some of the best players that we've seen have been undrafted. Some of the best players that we've seen have fell in the draft when they should have been drafted higher. I don't look at him as somebody who's supposed to be great immediately. He don't have his dad's expectations.
Oh, yeah, he's young as hell.
19 years old. His dad got drafted when he was 18. He gets drafted when he's 19 after a heart attack.
Yeah. I say that's the era of when Bron Sr. came in versus Bronny. It's just funny because, like, LeBron was more so on the shit where you had the ball. You had to really be good. You won't really see him unless you was balling every day, for real. And I feel like, not taking away from Bronny's skills, but it's more so he did grow up in the era of technology.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So it's easy to see somebody if they pull out their phone or you tell somebody to look it up on YouTube and everybody watching it every day. So that's how he was already known before he got to this point. So, of course, he was going to already have a solidified spot, guaranteed. But I just feel like it was more realistic when he did get the 55th spot. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Instead of just getting, like, the top 20. Go ahead.
Is that trying to be a good player, or is that just trying to live up to your dad's legacy?
I mean, it could be either or, for real. If you think about it, it's all about the perspective you think of. Because if he is one of those players that we think he is, it's just trying to live up for his own legacy, then he gonna put in the work. But if he's just trying to be under his pop shadow, then he gonna move along with his pops, and it's gonna show.
See, that's the thing, though. Is he just trying to be great at his age, like his dad was, or does he want to actually, grow his career and become, better in his own life?
I think he genuinely wants to grow his career, and
Same.
I think it's because when it gets to the point to where you can make it into the draft or be considered a draft pick at any point in time, you do got to put in this. Or for one, he had a heart attack. If I had a heart attack on a basketball court and I wasn't doing it for me, I'm not dribbling no damn basketball no more unless I play a 2K. Like that's it. I think he won a Call of Duty tournament sometime recently, like in Summer League, something like that. So I do think it's genuinely for him, and I think it's because he was raised as a basketball kid. So, and he was raised around NBA players. So I do think it's genuine to him. One thing that I think does get misconstrued is because his dad is so great and because his dad shed a spotlight on him, typically we run around with a level of resentment to people that mean a lot to us. And we just associate it with just being young. But we don't have that same level of resentment. We look at people who don't have that same level of resentment as a little weird. Like, he just knew, hey, I'm going to grow up. I'm going to be over 6 foot. Damn, I'm 17 with a 38-inch vertical, so I could do something with that. I could run. I could shoot a ball a little bit. I could dribble the ball. I understand basketball at a much higher level than all of my peers because my dad is arguably one of the smartest basketball players ever. I might play ball. I just might play ball. If he would have did something else, which it does seem like LeBron and Savannah have shown him plenty of support to do whatever he wants, and he's stuck with this. So I can't knock it because he's stuck with it. And I won't say that he's doing it to appease his father's legacy when it does seem like it is something that he wants to do. I wouldn't cry when I get drafted if that wasn't something that I wanted to do for real.
But he's just going to do it at his own pace.
No, I ain't going to hold you.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
If I got drafted, I'd cry. I'd cry right there.
Boo-hoo, you feel me?
Share that one power tier right there. But, yeah, so that's that for that one. You know what I mean? All in all, Bronny's just going to have the Alonzo Ball effect.
I think so too. I think that's exactly what's going on. Sorry about that. I'm trying to adjust some things. I think that microphone might have an issue, but you don't sound bad. All right, but yeah, shoot, what else on the topic list? It was NBA free agency.
I'm gonna let you dig into that one.
Russell Westbrook is on the Nuggets. Paul George is on the Sixers. Bro, so much has happened, bro. DeMar DeRozan is on the Kings. Bro, like so many people have started moving around. It's like it's starting to have the NFL effect that
It's messing up.
You said what?
It's messing up the like I call it pay-per-view value for basketball in a way for me, because now you're putting people in a way that don't deserve not deserve that, but not are misplaced in certain teams for real. Because like hearing Russell on the Nuggets is funny.
Yeah, I think he's in that unk stage in his career where he gonna have to be
Like Vince Carter.
he gonna have to. Well, no, because I think he got a lot more left in the tank than that. He just gonna have to be everybody OG, and he still got some in the tank. You could see it when he played for the Clippers. The fact that when they was losing in the playoffs, he was the only one that had some fight left in him. Like we got Kawhi, who's I'm hurting now. He gone. Paul George, he wasn't playing the best, and then Russell Westbrook is the only one coming off the bench with any sort of energy. So, I mean,
I feel like he should have stayed with the Clippers, bro.
I think he should have too. I honestly think I wish I could still see him on today's Thunder. I think if he hadn't left, they wouldn't have got them draft picks. But if he would have signed with the Thunder, just to watch all the young dudes that's there now grow and to be able to mentor them, especially being one of the heroes of that city, I think that would be something that I would personally like. Not really as a basketball fit, because I don't look at him to be a main contributor on the championship team, but they are a playoff team. They are a championship contender. They finished as the number 1 seed last year. So I look at them to be serious. The Kings with the DeMar DeRozan pickup, though, was very interesting. I wanted DeMar to go to the Lakers because I'm tired of seeing old-ass LeBron have to play like a number 1 option. And he's still doing it, which is amazing, but...
Isn't he overseas right now? Shit.
Yeah, he playing for Team USA right now.
Yeah.
So...
They just won.
They just beat South Sudan by 1 point.
Yeah, by 1 point.
That game was stressful. I was at work and I saw the highlights and I was like, okay, word. I didn't see the outcome of the game. I was just looking at the highlights and I was like, okay, word. They up by like 12 right now, so they just gonna stretch the lead. And then Sudan literally led for 15 points the whole game, and then the USA came back and won in the last quarter. And it's like, yo, y'all niggas stressing me out, bro. Y'all got too many superstars to be losing to nobody. Like, this is crazy. But then they all old, bro. Like, Steph old, Bron old, Embiid look old.
Kevin ankles old.
KD didn't even play, bro. KD didn't even play, bro.
That's why they probably had that 15 lead for that long time.
But I think he's only played in one of the games that they've played out of the 3, and they just beat Serbia by like 30. And Serbia got Jokic on them. So it's like, maybe y'all slept on them and they made y'all pay, and then they got hot from 3 and y'all couldn't stop it. Yeah. So the fact that they beat a team that was shooting amazing from 3 with them shooting very terribly from 3, to me it's kind of hopeful, but it's still scary because these are the best superstars we have to offer, and this is how y'all played. I'm not in support. I'm not in support of that.
At the end of the day, it's like, even when Michael Jordan was on the court, at some point, he old, bro. Niggas is old, so
yeah. And Bron don't look like old Mike. I will say Bron don't look like Wizards Mike.
But I'm just saying,
I gotta give LeBron that credit.
It's still like that age gonna hit him. You know what I'm saying? Like even though this not have nothing to do with basketball, but it's even like with wrestlers, bro. Like, as much as you want to jump off the top rope at your 55-year-old age, it's like, yo, just let the shit go.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit on the ground for a few minutes. I'm gonna sit on the ground.
Yeah, like
shoot, we
bro.
seen Undertaker.
Damn it, bro. You know how many times Undertaker almost died in the match and his back gave out, bro? That nigga, pause. First off, but like, nigga,
how was that a pause? Oh my god,
it didn't sound right. Okay?
His back gave out. He old, nigga.
It didn't sound right. All right, what's the?
That nigga said it didn't sound right. He's old, bro.
But still, it's
your
like,
back gonna give out when you 50. You go, pause. You gonna fall down the steps talking about some pause.
Stumbling, do pause.
Do pause.
You just know real talk. That's what you're gonna have to tell her.
Imagine writing that on the medical statement. My back gave out. Pause. Bro, come on now.
But why you saying the pause for? Because I tweaked it.
Like, cuz, man, I don't do that. I don't do that weird shit, man.
But you okay, brother? Don't worry about all that. We ain't gonna get
Don't worry about it. I ain't into that weird shit y'all be into, man. It's not
But
what I'm
no,
into.
Like, back on topic, though.
That's funny.
It's just like your age gonna catch up to you. At the end
Oh,
of the
yeah,
day.
for sure.
So it's like, I don't want to see LeBron, like, coming down from a dunk and he laying wrong. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely don't want to see him overdo it. Because, I mean, he still jumped high for somebody his age, but he been taking care of himself so well. He looks like how Joel Embiid looks now. Joel Embiid, I don't even think he's 30. He might have just hit 30. Or he I don't know, one of those two, between 28 and 30. I'll look up how old he is later. But
like 32.
He not that old.
I mean, they ain't old, nigga. 32 ain't old.
Now I gotta look. You said 32. Now I gotta look at
Bro,
him. Joel
you said
Embiid
32
age.
is old. I hate to see you at 40.
No, I'm saying, but for somebody who put that much wear and tear on their body, 32 don't hit the same. A lot of basketball, yeah, he's 30. So
Stop playing.
About 2 years, you know what I'm saying?
no, but I'm saying 32 years old as a professional athlete when you've been doing it since you're 22. 10 years, like, for instance, you're not gonna find too many NFL wide receivers past the age of 32 that's major contributors because they didn't got hit so damn much over their career. And then basketball, you putting your body through weight training and all the other stuff. So 32, 33 years old is going to feel like, you know what I'm saying? It's going to feel like 40 years old. LeBron, 40. He feel like he probably 60 in basketball years or on the basketball court. Well, when he get off the basketball court, he going to feel like he's 60 years old. Even though if he was to retire this year, he'd be a young billionaire compared to everybody else. I'm 40, I'm retired, and I'm a billionaire. He's young. But in the game, when you playing and you've been doing it as consistently as that, LeBron should not look the same age as Joel Embiid.
You want to know why he do that? I mean, want to know why he probably do look like that?
Because he don't take care of his body as well as LeBron do.
I'm about to say, yeah, them ice baths be fucking helping.
Some ice baths.
Them knee shits, them big ass knee pads he be having after the game.
Avocado, wheat bread, whatever LeBron be eating. And then he'll save a chocolate chip cookie. Like, that's his, I think that's one of his cheat meals. They have chocolate chip cookies and tacos. It's like, okay, he's still regular, but his regimen is not regular. He spend probably over $1 million a year on his body. I guess I got to pause that too. He spend over $1 million a year on his health. There we go. I put it better. He spends over $1 million a year on his health. And it's like, okay, I mean, he got it to spend. But it's like, if you would want to spend on something, it would be something like that. Meanwhile, Joel Embiid, 7'2" or 7'1", 300-something pounds.
But see, that's the issue. He's 7 foot something.
Yeah, so his wear and tear on his knees is going to be a lot different.
Than LeBron's.
But he don't got a 40-inch vertical. And LeBron's still carrying around 260 on a 6'9" frame with a 40-something inch vertical.
But you know, that's most of that comes from height. You know what I mean? From his height. If you take the height away,
Nah.
It's just how it is. How he's taking care.
He
of his
looks
body.
small on 2K.
But
When you see pictures of this man, sometimes he has looked a lot slimmer in the past couple years. But like if you see him in
like,
Miami when he was really jumping, he was not 240. He was not that boy was 265.
I mean, he was because I mean he was running faster. So I mean that speed aspect
with the weight on, bro. He was a tall middle linebacker.
The only thing you gotta do is do a whole lot of pull-ups.
So,
You'd be good.
So tell me this: where would Durant be if he has some weight?
Right now,
just in general, throughout his whole career, that man always been skinny.
He might be in worse shape.
Now,
honestly, say, yeah.
He play overseas.
No, he's playing for Team USA right now.
For real?
Yeah, bro. Oh, come on. You thought he was Shanghai Shark?
Oh, he over there playing with him.
Nah, man. They all playing because you know the Olympics coming up this year. So they playing for Team USA. I think he probably be in worse shape because just think about all the stuff that he done done to his body.
Age. They're like the same age.
Nah, KD is I think 4 years younger than Bron.
KD? I thought you said Dwight.
No, KD.
Oh, okay.
I think KD, because he said KD been skinny his whole career.
Yeah, he has.
I think with the freak accidents that he's had,
It's all legs. In his ankle.
yeah, and picturing him with more weight on them same legs.
He be yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Now
Like,
it could
he'd have
help
to
with
get
muscle
bulk.
mass,
Yeah, he had to bulk up more for.
but his issues was tendons and ligaments. It won't really bone issues or nothing like that. But the Achilles. Well, I guess that was his only actual major injury.
And he kind of healed from that.
And then that weird ankle injury where he hurt himself in warm-ups. Like that was weird. But other than that, he been pretty durable throughout his career. I'm not even gonna hold you.
Hey man, I know people that height, and it just take one faulty fall, bro. That's all it takes.
Hot top. Oh, rest of the season gone.
Cracking like a goddamn chopstick, bro.
So you know what? I might want to be an accountant. Way my knee feel right now. Hot top. Oh, look like I need a biology degree.
Fuck it.
No bull. They be hurt themselves in high school. Like, yeah, I need to change a career. Like, dang, bro. I mean, that was me, but I broke my leg in middle school. I was like, I don't like that. In fact, my season gone just off this one injury.
Yeah,
I'm good at math.
I'm dislocated my shoulder and just like, I'm gonna keep dancing.
This jumper wet, but I could wave a little bit.
I was a wrestler too. I'm actually being a wrestler and a football player. And
Tell me why a girl had her whole knee bone sticking out from just a pep rally with her teachers.
oh no!
Where was you at?
Oh,
That was my sister's school.
oh no!
Oh my God!
I would never go to a pep rally again in her school. I was like, yeah, you having a pep rally?
On the
I'm
last
good.
day.
On the last day, it's crazy.
That means your whole summer is spent recovering now. Damn.
No fun, nigga. You can't
That
be,
is the worst part about
Senior
that.
year.
You can't be Phineas and Ferb now.
That was the worst part of anything bad happening at the end of the school year. Ruining your report card come back, you got a D, so technically you passed, but I ain't trying to hear that. Your ass is inside as soon as this weather hit 80 degrees, you inside. It's like,
or like if you did have a good school year and you just mess up one time in the summertime.
yeah, no more
GGs.
summer for you.
Yeah, GG.
No more, redeem yourself when the school year come back.
Bro, that happened to me in July.
I was famous for being put on punishment.
Well, that happened to me July one time in high school. Like, I want to say sophomore year. I got in trouble. July the 1st, I did not get off of punishment until, like, August 12th. niggas saw me and they was like, damn, bro, you fresh out of jail, ain't you? I said, yeah. I was doing my push-ups and shit, you know what I mean?
That boy first week of school had facial hair. Where you been, bro?
Nah, I was still.
I've been inside, dog.
It was still summer, so.
I've been inside, bro, doing time, man.
Niggas thought I was niggas thought I was Zion Williams when they saw me. I said, nah, bro, I ain't that big.
But we was talking about free agency.
Yeah.
I think this basketball season is probably going to be, this upcoming one is going to be expected to be one of the most exciting seasons because of all the moves that have happened. But I got a theory about it. I think the same way with this football season coming up, everyone's so excited. Everyone's anticipating everything's going to happen. Who's going to win? The Chiefs might three-peat this, then the third. This is going to be one of them seasons where everything is going to go left. We're going to have an ugly Super Bowl. We're going to have a Browns-Cardinals Super Bowl.
No, we're not. Please don't say that. Please do not say that, bro. Please do not say that.
And the worst part is it's going to be a Super Bowl that we never knew we wanted. and then we're going to root for it. And then it's going to be like, it's going to be the Steelers and the Browns in the AFC Championship.
Hey, bro.
And then it's going to be, the Packers.
You know.
And the Cardinals, you were like, yo, Steelers Packers rematch? Yes, bro, we need that. And then they both gonna lose.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
And then we finna see Kyler Murray versus Deshaun Watson freaky ass in the Super Bowl.
Bro, don't give me the script like that. I'll be mad as hell at the round table reading that shit.
The Chiefs finna enter the playoffs as the number 1 seed or something crazy, and then Patrick Mahomes gonna roll his ankle bad. He gonna be out for 8 weeks.
Hey, bro, if all
He
this
ain't gonna come
happened,
back.
you got
Bro,
something going on.
It's because it's always whenever we feel like something is about to be the greatest, something always happens. So it's like every time we put so much anticipation on the Jets last year, so much.
Y'all did.
I wanted to see Aaron Rodgers on the Jets because if the Jets were that bad, if the Jets were that decent with a terrible quarterback, hey, Aaron Rodgers going there with something to prove, I'm intrigued to see how he does. I don't think they're going to win the Super Bowl, but I'm intrigued to see how he does. Tears his Achilles 4 plays into the game. In the first game, he came out with the American flag, running all type. I've never seen MetLife Stadium look like that ever. Ever in my life have I ever seen MetLife look like that. And then 4 plays in, it's dead silent damn near for the rest of the game. And somehow they still won the damn game. But it's dead silent for the rest of the game until the end of the game where I think that was the game where they played against the Bills. That might have been opening night where they played against the Bills and then they won the game in overtime because of a punt return for a touchdown. It was something dope, but it's like this nigga's gone for the year. Like I understand that, you know, we hyped that we won this week, all y'all fans or whatever, but the reason why y'all are here and it looked like classic Staples Center up in this mug right now, it looked like a Beyonce concert, how all of y'all got y'all phone flashes everywhere. 4 plays in, he's gone for the year. And that was the most anticipated Jet season ever in history. Now, we anticipate so much greatness for this upcoming NFL season. I don't see nothing good coming from it. At all. I'd rather be surprised.
You just traumatized. That's all it is, bro.
A little bit.
That's okay.
Bro, Tom Brady, I don't know if it was the year after they won the Super Bowl, but I think was it the year after they went undefeated? And he tore his Achilles like almost halfway into the season.
I can't remember.
Yeah. It was either his Achilles or his ACL, whichever year that was. Tom Brady tears his Achilles when like
I'm not a Tom Brady fan, so it don't matter to me.
I'm a Tom Brady fan. That's cool with me. Yeah. But they played a really good team, and then I think it was the first game, and then they went 10-6 that year. But that was when everyone was good, so they didn't make the playoffs. Being 10-6 and not making the playoffs must be frustrating as hell.
I'm still a fan.
Well, y'all wouldn't know nothing about that.
I mean, we make it to the playoffs a lot.
Yeah, y'all been barely making it these past few years.
Don't say it like that.
Y'all have though.
Don't say it like that.
And nah. See, this not throwing shots.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
bro. All right. See, y'all finna make me turn up. All right. So,
don't say it like that.
My mama is a Steelers fan, and I love good football. Y'all have had the worst quarterback selection to choose from to play for about the past since Ben retired. Y'all have had terrible quarterbacks.
That's the only thing you can really say.
And y'all still keep sneaking in the playoffs, even though y'all quarterbacks are like they should still be in high school.
Because we got a good coach.
Y'all got a great coach. To me, top 5 coach of all time. Y'all got a great coach. Someone who's never had a losing season with these loser-ass quarterbacks they keep getting. Now, well, you know what? We ain't got to talk about NBA free agency no more. We could go straight into that. As Steelers fans, because I know both of y'all are Steelers fans, as Steelers fans, how do you feel having 2 possible starting quarterbacks, which to a lot of people means you don't have 1 if you have 2, but how do y'all feel about, Justin Fields and Russell Wilson?
If Russell don't do what he did in the Super Bowl, was it in the Super Bowl or the playoffs?
What, you talking about the last play?
Yeah, if you don't do that.
If y'all have a chance to get there.
I'm just saying, if he don't make decisions like that throughout the season, then we'll be fine.
All right, so I think that decision traumatized him. And the worst part is that wasn't his fault.
Sometimes you gotta go against the coach.
But
sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas.
But if that's not the decisions that he's been making the whole year and you in the Super Bowl, going against him now, I think everyone says they would have been okay. Everyone's like, well, if we're hearing the Marshawn 4 times and we don't score, we'd be okay. But would we though? Like everyone said, niggas be lying. Like let's be real.
At least you can blame the fucking running back.
No, you can blame the running back, you could blame the offensive line, and then you'll also still blame the coach. Hey man, they know we gonna run it, mix it up and throw the ball on one of that. They got an early throw out the way. The wide receiver was wide open. Russell was a little late throwing the ball, and then unfortunately the corner who read the play used to play for Seattle, Brandon Browner. So Brandon Browner is on the Patriots, They've been practicing that play. Malcolm Butler constantly kept getting beat on that play in practice. And in the game, he grabbed the nigga and said, right here. And Brandon Browner jammed the receiver that was supposed to pick Malcolm Butler. And then Malcolm Butler drove on the ball because Russell Wilson threw the ball a half a second late.
But Russell Wilson got a good coach he working with now. So
that's true. Sean Payton, I think, to me, at this point, is not the coach he was in New Orleans. I don't think so. And I think he walked into Denver and tried to drop his dick on the table in front of everybody. And he ain't got nothing to show for it now because it's like, bro, you got one Super Bowl with Drew Brees. Drew Brees is one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever exist. And you got one Super Bowl with that man and only went to one. And you coming over here at Denver like you Bill Belichick. Like everyone accredits all the success to Tom now or whatever because he won with Tampa. But Bill still got 6 of them things. Andy Reid got 4 now. 3, sorry. Andy Reid got 3 now. He in the back of the bus with all the other people who'd have won one Super Bowl before. He behind I forgot the Cowboys coach name. I don't think it's Wade Phillips. But I mean, he's still in the back of the bus with everybody else who won one Super Bowl. Could have been a one-hit wonder. He's with Sean McVay, who's a new coach. He's still with and you trying to act like you big and bad because you had Drew Brees and he got all the passing records that Tom now has. You got all of these things that don't mean anything in your position right now because you are a coach for the Denver Broncos. Russell Wilson was your quarterback, and Pete Carroll made Russell Wilson a Hall of Fame quarterback. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? He not terrible. Y'all was one quarterback away from a Super Bowl and all. Sean, what are you doing? What are you doing? Nothing.
They ain't the Steelers though.
You're right. They're not the Steelers, and the Steelers have 2 Super Bowls in this past couple decades. Sean Payton got that one that he won against Indianapolis. Granted, beating Peyton Manning in the Super Bowl is impressive. Got to give you that. Mm-hmm. But that's it. That's a highlight of your career. You had an amazing defense. You had Drew Brees at quarterback, amazing offense, and now you had a really good defense and you had an okay offense. I mean, but whatever. We'll leave that alone. I think Sean Payton and Nathaniel Hackett ruined Russell Wilson. Russell had a decent year last year. Mm-hmm. If you take that year, put it on the Steelers, y'all probably win 10, 11 games. Solid. I don't know if that's going to translate because I don't look at Mike Tomlin to be an offensive coach. And y'all offensive coordinator last year got fired.
Yeah.
Because he was trash.
Yeah, and Mike got tired of the shit.
Everybody, bro, the fans was telling Mike to fire him, and Mike was over here trying to look out for his mans. No, everybody get fair shake. And after a while, I was like, hey, bro,
It was like
I've been trying.
It was like
man.
with the way with the Cavs.
Yeah. When D Wade went to the Cavaliers, hey man, look, Bron look man,
you my nigga, but you gotta go back to Miami with that.
Right, bro. I brought you here to try to help you win the way you helped me win. You looking a little old out there, my boy. I was looking at some retirement homes for you. Just in case. But yeah, me being a Patriots fan, my team gonna be ass. I've accepted it. I know we drafted Jaden Daniels with the Washington. I forgot who I think we did draft a quarterback. I forgot who it was. But I'm not looking forward to our season. Everything at this point would be a surprise. I'm expecting us to win maybe 2 games this year. If we win 5, I'll be surprised. Shout out to Gerard Mayo, new head coach, since Bill Belichick retired / got fired. Other than that, Super Bowl projections, just being that it's still off season. The Hall of Fame game is in 2 weeks, the game that nobody cares about but reminds us that football is close. Any Super Bowl projections, matchups, or just winners?
I got Steelers.
You got the Steelers winning the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Our hopeful fan? What you got? I'm not in it. Okay. I just have an off team winning the Super Bowl. I don't think the Chiefs are gonna three-peat. Not because they can't, but because I think football is one playoff game for your life, and it's always parity. Like the Chiefs should have won the Super Bowl last year. They was trash. They were the trashes that they could have been, and they walked to the Super Bowl.
They told y'all they was gonna win. I don't know what them, but like the scripts be coming out every year on Twitter, and nobody.
The scripts was wrong last year,
but it's still
4 times.
But no, listen, they still picked the right person.
No, they didn't.
Right, no, the ones that I saw on Twitter, they still picked the right teams. It just the score was not right. So I was like,
and they picked the wrong team to win the Super Bowl. They had the 49ers winning in one. They had Detroit and Baltimore in one script, and I think they had Baltimore winning. Didn't it, bro? The scripts, the scripts was crazy last year, and then the closer it got down to it, it's like, oh well, if you watch football, you could predict some of this. Like the Chiefs and the 49ers were the 2 best teams in football. One has Patrick Mahomes, and the one has overall the best roster. They played in the Super Bowl like 5 years ago. You could see them going back to Super Bowl, but I mean, Detroit and Baltimore was looking like that could be a possibility. That was one, again, just like how I feel is going to happen this year, that was one that everybody wanted to see. Just because Detroit being an underdog story and everyone wanted to see Lamar Jackson, who represented himself and got himself paid, wanting to see him go to the Super Bowl, nobody got it. We got a San Francisco 49ers and Kansas City Chiefs rematch. Nobody wanted to see that at all. And I think same thing will happen this year. Can the Chiefs really three-peat? Let's hope they three-peat. They might get lucky to make it to the AFC Championship this year.
if it's in the script.
I ain't doing the script bullshit with y'all. I ain't doing this with y'all.
Whatever makes you go to sleep at night, bro. Let's stop it.
I watch sports and I play sports. That script, it ain't no couth or goal to that script. Now, tanking is real. We can have that conversation.
Bruh,
tanking is real.
If you believe that, that means you think wrestling is real.
No, I believe wrestling to be a staged outcome, but the fighting in between, they really be fighting.
Yeah, like it's the same. They still be playing ball. They still be.
It's
playing
not the same
sport,
though. It's not
like,
the same though.
They know they're gonna lose.
It's not the same.
They know they're gonna lose.
Cowboys did not know they was gonna lose to Green Bay.
Yes, they did.
No, they did not.
They just act surprised.
No, they did not.
Some of the team members didn't know. The head coaches do.
I ain't finna insult these athletes like that. Because athletes come out all the time and like, yo, fans, all of y'all sound dumb and y'all are insulting us by telling us that some shit be scripted.
They gotta sign NDAs.
Then if they
So
sign
they-
NDAs, then they can't speak on it at all.
I mean, they gotta of course downplay the shit. Like, man, you can't say I eat side of this shit like that, man.
All right, bro. All right, bro. Y'all crazy. I understand it because it's fan theory and it's the conspiracy stuff, but we got to do that.
It's also proven.
It ain't no proof.
If the refs are known for throwing the shit off, and they tell you that they do it purposely, it's not. It's
That was
like,
in the 90s, Link.
It still happens.
That was
It still
90s, early
happens.
2000s.
It's still happening.
No, it don't. Refs are more emotional now than they was before, but
So
they
what's
ain't.
this Chris Paul stuff?
Chris Paul, what you talking about? Oh, with that one referee who be...
Yes.
That one referee do not like Chris Paul, and Chris Paul do not like that referee.
So
That's
Hey,
not
bro.
a staged outcome. If Chris Paul stopped yelling, for one,
He
all
didn't
right,
even got it yet. His back was turned.
nah. One thing that does have to stop happening in basketball that I hate watching. We'll watch somebody go take a layup, get a little bump, and then instead of getting back on defense, they yelling at the ref. And now it's a 3-on-2 fast break, and then they wait for the rest of the team to show up. It's 5-on-4 because that one person was just yelling at the ref, and now he got to catch up and get back on defense. Luka did it in the finals. That don't mean it's rigged.
LeBron can yell all day, but
And he don't, and he,
Paul ref,
and him not get.
your parent that said, what'd you say?
Oh yeah.
I ain't say nothing about
Nah, because hearing stories about Chris Paul, he is the definition of an asshole that nobody knows about. And hearing the players call him that, and then also hearing referees like, nah, it's a difference in you not agreeing with a call and you trying to assert dominance on a referee because you've read the rule book front to back the same way that we did. No, I saw it differently than you saw it. You over here yelling, cussing, and fussing over at the ref. That's a grown man you talking to. I think it's twice your age, and you motherfucking bitch. Man, you don't know what the fuck you talking about. Hey,
Get out of
what
here.
is you talking about?
Get him out of here.
the third call.
And then on top of that, everyone now has reputations. So when you go to the game and you about to referee the game, all of the other referees have told you about this one person. They do this shit with Draymond and all the other people. Oh, okay, so Chris Paul get a little vocal, he get a little spicy. I'm ending this shit off the rip.
So look,
Hey, ref, you going? What?
So imagine this: if they know the refs at each of those games, imagine they kept that player out.
If they kept that player out, then that player would get no technicals. But if that dude shut up, if he maybe sent one of the young boys to do all the yelling, he can go ahead and get his 2 techs and get ejected because his minutes don't mean nothing. But if you as a superstar insist on trying to assert yourself onto other grown men and women that are officiating the game, bro, head tech, tech. Go ahead and shoot the free throws. I ain't listening to this nigga no more. And some of the referees do get a little disrespectful. But when it comes to rigging games, we talk about a different time period where that was happening. Them referees was tied in with the mob. So that's a little different. That's a little different than what we experienced today. Ain't no mobs now except Twitter or Facebook mobs. Those are the only mobs that exist. Cancel culture is the mob now.
I ain't about to get, hey, look, I said what I said on episode 4?
I'll remember what you said. I forget everything once we leave.
All the conspiracy theories stuff. I'm not about to get back into it.
Oh, that, yeah. No, the conspiracy theories ain't always conspiracy theories. Sometimes they just be true. Sometimes they just be dead ass wrong. But
I know.
I ain't gonna call everything conspiracy. This one though, the script. If you get someone who knows what they talk about and can calculate something, it could seem like it's scripted. Like if I tell you for 3 weeks straight, I know the lottery numbers that's gonna come out, and I'm lying, but then I actually get the lottery numbers right, you're gonna look at me a little different because of how well I sold it. Like you might just ask me, so what's the next lottery number? Since you know, like I ain't get that leak yet. Like I know I'm over here lying, but I mean, you know, I'm lying and I'm speaking it into existence, and I'm gonna sound crazy until it come true. And that's how, as soon as avid religious people come out and they've been saying something for the past 10 years, as soon as 1% of it come true, they immediately start screaming rapture and Christ coming back. It's like, bro,
Stop it, bro.
Like, bro,
stop it.
Did you just ignore all of the other scriptures? You just went straight to Revelations as soon as this happened. Like that's crazy.
That's not the thought process, bro. Stop it. Stop
you know it is though.
For some people, yeah. But
bro, they saw the eclipse, thought Jesus was coming. It's like, bro,
next topic.
All right, you ready. Let me see. Now I gotta go back. Okay,
we can touch.
You know, we can shift over to dance and stuff now, because a lot has happened in the dance communities over the past couple. I have a freestyle one that we're gonna talk about next episode. Did you hear about the Emily Brooklyn thing? Did you hear about it?
Not fully.
Okay.
I mean, only thing I know is it's like 50-50 from what I'm reading. Some people saying she a vulture, some people saying she not. So it's like I don't know.
We'll get into it next episode. Yeah. But first and foremost, actually, it's a little ad break. I just want to say this podcast is brought to you by, well, it's not brought to y'all by nobody. Hey, Prize Picks, FanDuel, DraftKings, Underdog. Come on, help me out. What's some of these other sponsors that the joint that just helped out the Pivot joint with who's it? Michael Rubin, dude that be throwing the white party. Yeah, he got his betting joint now. Hey,
one thing I know is Blue Chew.
Hey, Blue Chew.
Raycons.
Blue Chew. I got some Raycons. The case ain't by. Hey, oh wait, Ray J sold Raycon, but Blue Chew. Christian Mingle, Bumble. Hey, hit us up. We looking for a bag. You feel me? But I do want to shout out. I want to shout out Tinder. We do all ads, and we gonna do on fire too. We not gonna do the ads that I'm reading like this.
We don't do all ads. Put that clear right now.
We doing Marvel promotions. Actually, before I shout out my sister, Deadpool movie coming out. Y'all gonna go see it?
Yeah.
All right, bet. Okay, that's it. I want to shout out my sister Mickey. She has a I gotta find a flyer. She has an event coming up. It's going to be what is this? July? Damn, what's these? Yeah, so she got an event coming up in at the end of July 28th. Is that 7 days from now?
8, I think.
Or no, July 27th. She has an event
7 days.
coming up on July 27th. She sent me the flyer, and I can't find the flyer. I'm irritated with myself. I didn't go hold you. Oh, here it is. I found it. It's July 26th. Fantasy Friday. The freak ass title, Mickey. Come on now. Fantasy Friday with Fancy and Friends. You got my sister Fancy. We got D Nice. We got Cat. Cash App $MZ Fancy 05. It's $10 to get in. It is a judgment free zone, as a lot of people like to say. She is I think she's called a master instructor. I think, but she is a dance teacher, and it's for dance fitness. So if anybody would like to pull up, us included, I know I got to work that day. It's at 7:15 at Drop Fitness on Indian River Road. I think you've heard. You've been to Drop Fitness? All right. So the ironic part about this is all I'm gonna say. My sister was an original Garage Wars judge, right? So seeing her, because I remember when Garage Wars that happened, and it was some controversy behind what happened because my sister made a decision when everyone else said tie, and then everyone acted like the dude got robbed, even though everyone else voted tie. So my sister was on the judging panel. I've been respecting her dancing, her dance acumen. She was one of the people that brought me into dancing because she was one of my main inspirations. Even if it was to beat her, she was still an inspiration. She is now an instructor, a fitness instructor at that, with dancing, something that she loves and is passionate about. I want to shout her out, show her a lot of love, because a place that people are throwing dance events at now is reaching out to her to teach there. It's a different wavelength we be on. So just know that when you see her there, that's bloodline. We've been on a different wave for a very long time.
Okay, Roman Reigns, bloodline.
Type, you know what I'm saying? Type deal. It's been in the bloodline for a very long time. So I just want to shout her out and show love. This podcast is brought to you by Fantasy Friday with Fancy and Friends. There go to ad. Yeah, she got a couple of events coming up. She got one on July 28th too. It's a guys versus gals event. It's a dance for autism. Same Cash App, MZ Fancy 0505, not O as in the letter O, but 05. We country, so we say O. That's at the Kroc Center, 1401 Ballantyne Boulevard, Norfolk, Virginia. That's at July 28th at 2 p.m. at the Kroc Center. Guys versus gals dance for autism. So if you support treatment for autism, or maybe you have family members or children who suffer from autism, let's do something to support and show love to people, because my sister does have a son who has autism, as I spoke about in episode 4 of the podcast. Now I think this is the second volume of the event that she's a part of, and she's, master educator. Sorry. She's a master educator, and she's actually going to be the main one throwing this event. She's a teacher at the Kroc Center, a Zumba instructor. She does mixed fit, all types of stuff. I'm not reading the script. I'm just kind of analyzing the flyer and seeing what else I can pull from it and be smooth at the same time. But yeah, she has those coming up. One is, I think that's Friday, July 26th, and then Sunday, July 28th. July 26th, Drop Fitness, 6361 Indian River Road in Virginia Beach. And on Sunday, 1401 Ballantyne Boulevard, Norfolk, Virginia, at the Kroc Center. On Friday, 7:15 p.m. On Sunday, 2 p.m. Friday, before you turn up. Sunday, after you go to church. All right. So the dance drama. So boom, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna just set it off. Did you see the live video, the Mijo's live video?
I seen the whole thing.
I saw the whole thing as well. What was funny was, after we had that segment about it was the very first episode where we were talking about eyes at the end of the episode.
Yeah. It
was out during that time. I just didn't know it. And then I seen it after the first episode. I was like, damn, I fumbled that one.
Bruh, I saw that, man. It was funny because what I got from it, it was mainly like, damn, this nigga did all of this to you as well, and you feel victim to it. And it's like, it's like that far as like when you see somebody a certain way as like your friend or
Facts.
or your brother, and when they do something like that, it just hit different because it's like, yeah, bro, I have been taking like all the bad feedback. I've been taking all that on me before you. You know what I mean? Like everything people been saying about you, everything people been telling me, I just been defending you, and you show me that they are right, basically, and that's the fucked up part about it.
Very.
So. That's why I want to beat your ass.
I feel that same exact way. I mean, when you've known somebody for X amount of time, you might hear certain things, and it's like, nah, that's my brother. I'm not going. Even if he did that to y'all, I can't look at him like that because he ain't never did that to me. And I've protected him, and me and him did X, Y, and Z together. We done grew up together. I can't look at him the way that y'all look at him. And then, like you said, for all of that to flip, it's putting dance drama at a new height because these ain't the flunkies that always have their regular drama. These is top dogs. These are people who are considered innovators and creators of a whole style, not a sub style or sub genre, but a whole style. And we seeing flunky issues from them. We talking about dudes being inappropriate with other people's girls, and that section of
I heard too many stories about that just coming into the dance community. So it's just like that's an issue in itself for real.
I do want to speak about that when we cover the Emily Brooklyn topic on the next episode. Excuse me. Now, we've heard a lot of foul things, but there was something that I heard where I thought about it. I was like, well, if somebody comes out and admits something and takes accountability for it, do we still treat that person the same and bypass the action? Or do we halt the issue that person's talking about to try to address something else?
I ain't that nigga. I got the rope right here.
Do we just slide past the part of the live video where he admitted to putting hands on his, I guess now ex?
No, you don't, because it's like it's still a problem. I mean, I said it's this. I look at it the same with the whole Kendrick Lamar shit with his own album, Morale and Steppers.
Yeah,
it's like he admitted to the stuff he was doing in his songs, and he did seek the help that he needed. And he actually did go about a proper transformation. So it's like, if you're going around that route, like, you came out publicly and said it. You came out publicly and apologized, and you are now making that person feel either more seen in a positive way, or making that person feel as though that they can voice their opinion without you feeling away. Then but I don't think it's the case for this situation. It's more so of, he just said it to try to cover his own self.
That's what I was about to ask. That.
And then on top of that, he was like, I'm doing this now, I'm doing that now, to like try to prove to people that I'm changing. It's like a manipulation type tactic. That's why I see it as, because from what I'm hearing from what you told me, I don't know everything about it, but from what I'm hearing is, she didn't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? She didn't come out about this. You know what I'm saying? At least with the whole Kendrick shit, his girl was supporting him in the Not Like Us in the video.
Oh, you talking about that? Yeah. Okay. From that aspect, I haven't heard anything either. I just know what I heard in the live video, and I was like, well, we can definitely point toward the issues that he's talking about in the video, and we can definitely multitask to put on the fact of, if she was lying about, what she had said about him assaulting her, sexually assaulting her, because it was alleged that, he raped her. Mm-hmm. And you laid hands on her for lying on your mans. Do we feel that that's a bit of an adverse reaction, or do we look at that as, if she was lying, do we look at that less than?
No, because at the end of the day, it's like you still not supposed to put your hands on a person because they told a lie, especially a woman. It's like a woman. I'm not saying.
I was about to say you ain't never got smacked for lying.
I mean, I got smacked before when I was young, but I'm just saying like.
Okay, I'm not making that joke right now.
At the end of the day, it's like if I did tell a lie, I did came back and let it be known like yeah, it was a lie or I was just misinformed. But that's me. For other people,
Right.
For other people though, it's like I don't know how they'll look at the situation. Now, if it's a guy on a like guy in a guy situation, you lied on that dude. Yeah, it's like you might fight him, or it might be like, bro, why you lying on me type shit. You gonna approach him a different way. But it's a guy and a woman type situation. You're not supposed to put your hands on her at the end of the day. Yeah, you can be like, why you lying, cut her off and shit. And then on top of that, is alleged that you raped her as well. So it's like, if anything, you just trying to cover up your actions by saying, oh yeah, I did this because of that, to cover up that incident. So to put more light on the fact that you put hands on her because you think she told a lie, it don't add up, bro. It's like a lot of holes in the story. You know
it was very questionable. It was. I heard it and it stuck out like a sore thumb. I was like, wait, what?
You ain't going to say that like you need to say that.
It was like you did what? Like, cause it was, it was alleged that he had put hands on a chick in the dance community. It was alleged. Nobody knew if it was true or false. But it was alleged that he had put his hands on a girl because of something that happened with the girl in Eyex. And I'm like, wow, that's wild. And then now it's coming out, put hands on her because we got into it after I thought she was lying about my brother raping her. So I'm putting myself in the shoes of being like a fly on the wall in that conversation. If I have a brother, somebody who I grew up with, somebody who I fight for, somebody who I protected, would be willing to take a bullet for. You know what I mean? I'm arguing with my significant other because she's trying to accuse my brother of raping her, and he knows that she with me. How intense that conversation could have got, I'm putting myself in a position of just being an onlooker of that, because I know how intense arguments can get over dumb shit.
If I ain't gonna lie, in that point, I just bring both of them in the same space, and I see it for myself. Because I ain't like if she, for me, I don't think you gotta look at it as like a 50-50 type thing. It could be a point where your girl might be lying, and it could be a point where your homeboy might be lying. But I see it as if your girl brought this to you and your homeboy didn't, and then he's the one that's ultimately upset about something, and then like, bro, this ain't happening, I ain't do that.
I was about to say, if you bring them both in the same room, I think the only thing you're gonna get is, nigga, she lying, bro. I'd never do that to you, but I never do that to her. I'd never do that to you. You know me, you know my mom's.
Then, but that's them proving that they're lying though. You can see like that. Read the body limits. Read the room. That's the whole.
Some people not good at that, as we've seen in recent history.
That's some people.
You're right.
You know what I mean? That is some people. Right. So it's just like that was something I do, but in this situation, you do gotta ask both parties what's going on. For me, it's like I've been in a situation where not that happened, but I know somebody that happened too. You know what I'm saying? And they had to be in a situation where do they stay with this person or not? And I let them know, like, if it was something that was like consent, then no, you don't stay with that person. But if it was actual something that was like a rape situation, bro, you can't get mad at her because she was helpless in that situation.
Yeah.
And the fact that she came to you and told you that made her feel as like, all right, you gonna protect her. And what you showing is that you can't protect her because you're going to be with your homeboy and be on his side.
That's true.
That shows like you care about your man more than your girl, if anything.
That's true.
And so that's
now,
one.
You do bring up a good point about reading the room and understanding what it means to read the room. Now, if we got to adjust the 2K sliders, some of them gonna go up when other ones go down. Do you think any of the two niggas involved are good at reading the room?
Honestly, bro, they can't be.
Because at this point, it looked like neither one of them. For one, I didn't expect him to say it. I'm not going to front. I credit the bravery for saying that on an IG live and saying, yo, I was fucked up and I did something that I know I shouldn't have did. When we was having this conversation, I really thought she was lying. We got into it real intense and I laid my hands on her. And it's like, I credit the bravery for coming out and admitting that.
Yeah, the accountability is there. I give him that. But
Right.
But it's still like doing your research behind it, bro.
Like, while you were over here accusing him of all of this, I don't think that was the time to just come out and say, yeah, I laid hands on her because I thought she was lying on my bro. Like, it's not that shouldn't happen. Like, people should be lying on somebody or something like that, but having an adverse reaction to something like that is understandable until you take it to a certain level.
Like, I don't think in that situation he was more so able to read the room because of the friendship level. But afterwards, I feel like
in reflection, he probably was like,
he took he took all accountability for it, and I can see it in, you know what I mean, in the situation. So
shout out Tre Buddhas, by the way, because the YouTube video was his.
Yeah.
So shout out him for recording it live and posting on YouTube for everybody to see.
But it was just one of them things. It's like this. What it's like stuff that happens in day to day happens in like dancing, happens in sports. It happens. In anything in entertaining. So it's like just be on the lookout for these things, because if my girl was to say one of my homeboys raped her, I would be furious, because my girl
for a fact, because
my girl don't really be around niggas
for a fact,
and when she is around my peoples, she only with them when I'm there, and she makes sure she just feel more comfortable being around me, and the people she feel comfortable talking to, of course she gonna talk to. But she ain't just ever just come out her mouth and be like, yeah, somebody did this, and she don't got no receipts. She always got receipts.
And in your position in that point, I can see you being furious at both sides, because. And even with that, what you just said, I think that might be the case for them too. It's like, you're not around him unless I'm around. So if you don't even talk to my homies like that unless I'm around. So the confusion would come in, and I know how frustrating it is to just be confused.
Yeah, that
you know what I'm saying?
Would throw me off, but I didn't also put pieces together. Like, hold on.
Yeah,
like, because at the end of the day, it could have been a point where he probably went to the store or something like that, and you never know. Or it was like a lab situation where he left to go do something, and they was already labbing. And since that's his brother, he felt comfortable with his girl being around in his own space. So it's like, I can see where it's like he didn't look at it where like this can possibly happen. And
absolutely,
and that confusion came in. So it's like, if that's me, that's what I'm looking at it as. Like, first I'm mad, like, damn, why the fuck? Because you always around me. And then I start putting stuff together, like, damn.
Yeah, because I'm trying to put the human aspect of being in such a traumatic situation like that. There's so many different things running through your head, and you're going to feel multiple ways at the same time that you're not really going to be able to quantify in the moment. Because we're human. Like, we shouldn't be processing all of the emotions that we do process, but because we've seen so much over time, we end up having to process certain shit because it's going to come across us. So I'm just trying to, right? Yeah. And I'm trying to put myself in the shoes of being in a position to where somebody who I've known since middle school, high school, and have been family with them, to my girl who I know, love, and trust, sleep with, all types of stuff, fell in love with, telling me something about him that brought harm to her and disregarded and disrespected me to the point to where I don't know who is lying. So now I gotta have this split because it's too serious for me to dismiss it. Yeah. Like, it's not like, oh, well, I felt like, damn. Yeah.
Chill out, bro.
It's like I can't tell if, it's not like, oh, I felt like he was looking at my ass. If you got a big butt, everybody gonna look. So like I'm not as stringent about that, but you saying something that serious, the R word, we done said the R word a few times. Sorry, sponsors. But someone who says that,
grape.
There we go, grapes. Something like that, and I wouldn't know. It's one of the Mr. Krabs situations. And then you get enraged because now you have either one of two parties to be furious at. you're gonna be absolutely furious at her for trying to put a Diddy offense on your man's, and then you be mad at him for doing Diddy activity on somebody that you know you love.
But then it's like, I ain't gonna lie, like, what?
Like, damn, that's that's.
that situation.
I ain't gonna lie. Like, I ain't gonna lie.
Oh
like,
my god.
Cause like, bro, cause like,
that's tough.
Like, from my experience, I messed with a girl that had that happen in her previous relationship, and when she told me that happened, I was just looking at her like, so how did homeboy react? And she said that her ex took his friend's side. His friend's side.
I'm pretty sure it's more common than we'd like to admit.
And I'm just like, what? Like, that's wild, because it's like, despite that, like, despite if it was consensual or not, your man still violated.
For a fact.
Your man's violated.
For a fact.
So it's like, even if she was into it or not, your man's violated.
Well,
it don't matter if your man's got something say like, yeah, I was just looking out for you to prove a point. No, nigga, you still violated. The way you could look out for me is like, bro.
Yeah,
she's a trees.
This is a rare time I could drop tea in relation to a situation.
Yeah.
So I can be forthcoming and still throw some shade in what I'm about to say, because there was a situation that I went through where I had a falling out with somebody because of what they were doing in response to what they thought I was doing. So they try to throw me under the bus for what they think I'm doing because they're insecure. Now, turn around and later on find out I've been off that situation. He start trying to create some sort of weird bond with me over how some box felt. And it's like, what goes on in niggas' brains to where you at first try to internalize it as heartbreak, and then you try to bond with me after you done tried to kick my back in over here for something that I wasn't doing? I'm so confused.
It's an ego thing.
These are the same dudes that run to dance for acceptance. Like, no bullshit. We got people inquiring about other people's dick sizes.
Pause.
And the dance, ain't no pause. It happened. It's real.
Pause.
Play.
Pause. No,
Resume.
I don't want to watch that movie, bro.
Bro, the movie's on.
I don't want to watch that
The movie's on. That we living in it. It's live.
Hey, look.
But it's like that. Like, that's what's really going on outside. And being that I could drop some tea real quick just to shed light on that. These are the niggas that we live in a day-to-day with just because we do something that we love to do. I'm removed from that now, but then you insert music into that. You know what I'm saying? And dance, yes, it is some weird shit. A dance nigga trying to bond with me over how some box felt and also inquiring about my meat behind closed doors. Yeah, that's very weird. What's also weird is this nigga only making beats and only targeting women R&B singers to try to get some shit in return for sending beats. An engineer offering discounts on mixing and mastering because he want to mix some shit up with a female artist, trying to set them up. Making up the fact that niggas got connections, although 50% of that is game, but the other 50% of that is creep. So, do you fall for the game because some shit is do you fall for the game because you ignore the creep, or do you just acknowledge the creep and then just move on from that? Unfortunately, it should be working because some people be thirsty for the opportunity.
I ain't gonna lie, it's more so.
And niggas be weird, bro.
It's more so going to the situation think you're gonna benefit from somebody.
Thank you.
It's like
that's the other 50.
That's why
that's a third 50.
That's why it's like in these moments, I'm not blaming the victim, because sometimes, like, if you're going into it with good intentions, then it's like,
absolutely,
I get that. But if you're going into it trying to use somebody and then that happen, it's not karma, but it's more so like you shouldn't go into it trying to get somebody and they trying to do the same to you, but worse. You know, that's the overall outcome of this too. Sometimes people trying to work with somebody that they know they shouldn't work with, and then the outcome is they get fucked 10 times worse than
on the
somebody
women
else.
podcast be snapping on it.
They're like,
Now, I also say that because he's a genius, because that was a perfect segue into our last topic for the day. We had some people who tried to pay to skip the line. and we talking about $750, $1,000.
Or some paid too, didn't they?
Nah, it was 700. Two people paid $750. One person paid $1,000 to get onto a battle card.
So you telling
Because-
me? Hold on. You said 750
$750
plus 750
plus $750.
So right there we looking at what 1,500.
Yep, that's good math right there. That's
And
good
then
math.
we got 1,000. So we got 2,500.
Yep,
Somebody made off of what 3 people?
off 3 people.
That math
That's
is
good
crazy.
math. That's good math.
That's scammer math. I'm saying
It's a scam until it works.
it's still a scam, bro. It's still a scam.
Now, boom, right? Here's my thing, right? The Instagram profiles that say don't click on my story.
Don't click on the story.
Those are scams until you click on the story, bro. Stay off the story. If it's a scam from a distance because you can spot it, but then as soon as you put your money toward it, now it's an investment that's failed. So to everyone else who didn't pay for it, yeah, it's a scam. It's obvious. He's running game, but if you paid your money for it, it is now an investment,
It's
and
still
you
a
need to see
scam
something about
that
it.
failed.
It's
like a pyramid scheme.
But the difference is we not talking about people of innocence who tried to invest. We talking about people who thought they was gonna skip the line and get some clout and get a sponsorship.
Same as a pyramid scheme. Niggas that they gonna get money quick.
But the workforce is a pyramid scheme.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, where you think they got that from? The people that's doing they did the scamming. Where you think they got their inspiration
From the people that print money, like
Yes,
the same
that's
people
what
that
I'm
signed the
saying.
Declaration of Independence, they got it all from the same. But what we can't do is just credit everything off to a scam and not address the real source of this.
I mean, yeah, the real source is both of them. I'm gonna put it like this. It's
nope,
like,
nope.
It is both. It is
nope.
both. It is.
I'm
both.
not putting it on both.
I'm putting it on both. Because,
I put 25 on. I'll put 25 on one, 75 on the other.
Yeah, that's what
and
I'm
the
saying.
25 is the person who has the goal to go out and say, I need 750. That's only 25% because if there's not a need for it, nobody's gonna buy it.
Nah, I wouldn't say it wouldn't be no 75. It's more so like a 60-40. More so like
We could agree, disagree on that one.
60 going on to the person that's going into it, knowing they're working with somebody that's possibly a scammer.
I agree with they do deserve the majority of the blame.
Because at the end of the day, it's
For
like,
sure.
It is like a lack of awareness. That's all it is. And I don't wish that on nobody, and let alone like some. I feel like we all trying to make it. Yeah, at the end of the day, but we got to be realistic too. Like, I can't say I'm the best basketball player and I have not made it on a fucking high school basketball team at all. I can't go up here and say, yeah, I can beat Michael Jordan right now, beat LeBron James right now. I can goddamn outshoot Steph. I can out dribble Kyrie.
But you might be able to if you got $750.
No. In what world, bro? If you like, I'm gonna teach a class for you to get to that level. No, bro. Like,
all you need is the 750, bro. That's all you need.
But that's the thing, though. It's also a lack of experience for a lot of people too. Because people that fall into that notion, they feel like, yeah, I can pay you this and you gonna give me this good look. But it's all like, you gotta have the talent as well. You gotta bring something towards this so I can benefit or profit off of as well.
The talent, the work ethic,
a businessman. You know what I'm saying?
The wherewithal to be able to know how to maneuver when you get in these rooms. That is a workshop on what not to do. I'm gonna talk to the camera. That is a workshop on what not to do. I said that one just turned toward me. Yep, a workshop on what not to do. I just want to be clear that that's you thinking that you can skip the line because you paid X amount of money. Actually, the person that's behind the camera right now about to make a point, I think I know somewhat of the point he about to make, and I'm probably wrong.
So
But
what's Jake Paul doing?
My point exactly.
he's he's training in boxing though.
He's training, but he's still trying to skip the line.
But
Actually, no.
at least
the
the line
way
that
he
he's
did it
skipping, he's
was-
drawing a line in the sand between professional and exhibition, and he's working his way to professional while challenging himself to fight through exhibition.
Because
He's basically shooting Creed 4 with Jonathan
Right.
Majors.
But listen though,
and that's cool though.
Listen though. It's smart for Jake Paul.
I was wrong on what I thought he was gonna say.
It was smart. It was smart for Jake Paul to say, because at the end of the day, well, I want Jake Paul and Logan Paul actually, both of them.
Genius business moves.
Because it's like, yeah, I might not deserve this spot to you, but I actually put in the work. I actually been practicing.
And I'm telling you, step in the ring with me if you really feel like I don't deserve it.
And I know how to market myself to that point. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I give them credit for that because they can walk into a room where you can be like, yeah,
for a fact,
give me that. And even with certain dancers, you can walk in a room and be like, yeah, bro, give me that price. I'm not about to just do that because of what you think I deserve. I'm gonna tell you what I know I deserve.
And boxing is 80% marketing and 20% fighting.
Same with wrestling. We're not wrestling.
And wrestling might be 90-10.
Yeah.
Because we all watch the heels and we watch them talk on a microphone. We watch
all that promotion.
Honestly, you know what? Nah, wrestling actually might be 70-30 because
it's really 70-30.
There's way more fighting in wrestling that goes on, but the outcome is already predicted, and we here to sell you on the story, so you can't predict the outcome as much as, even though it may seem very obvious. Like the Cody Rhodes thing that happened. Amazing storyline for wrestling.
3 years,
right?
That was a 3 years long story.
And they put so much money into the marketing that, and still fighting. But boxing, you got 24/7, all this other stuff for one fight date that's 4 months away.
But that's good.
And then you're gonna fight once a year if you are a very well known fighter. Tank was on some wild stuff. Now fighting 3 times a year. Tank was wild.
Now I'm gonna say that. No, I'm gonna say this. If you don't know how to market yourself and you paying more than what you're trying to market yourself, you're not gonna make no profit
at all.
Because that earned share, that earned profit denomination just not gonna add up, bro. I'm just put it like that. I'm trying to sound smart, but I'm just trying to also get to the point. At the end of the day, if you putting more in than what you're trying to get from your back end, you're not gonna have a good back end. Your back end gonna be short as fuck.
And just to help you clarify that, because I know exactly what you're saying. If you're putting in X amount, but your knowledge doesn't help you understand what you're actually putting toward. If I put $750 on the gas pump and I put it on the wrong pump, it don't matter how much I squeeze this trigger right here. All of that money is on this pump right next to me, all because I didn't want to read what the number was right above my car. So I'm over here. I got the money. I can put the gas in the car, but I don't even know how to operate the pump. I didn't grab the diesel pump, and I done put it in my car. Now I done ruined the car because I done tried to put diesel in something that take 87 unleaded. Like it's that type of thing. It's the same way with Tre. He used to always tell people that come up to him and ask him about recording and stuff like that. They show him this $1,000 camera, $1,500 camera, and all this, that, and the third. Hey, what you shoot with? He will hold up an iPhone 6. Yeah, I shoot with this. And then they're like, nah, man, stop playing for it. What you shoot with? This. And my videos look better than 70% of the market. Now, when I get a $400 camera, it looked like a $1,500 camera because I know what to do with the $400 camera. Is if you understand and you are working to master your craft, you don't need the extra bells and whistles. All you need is bare minimum for bare necessities. He looked at me with this mixer and the microphones and everything and told me at least 4, 5, 6, 70 times, hey man, I got this mic right here. We ain't even got to do all of that. Just go straight to the camera. But very fortunately, I actually did have an understanding of what to do and how to use this, as well as the fact that it plays to the typical podcast aesthetic that niggas always play into. So the fact that I even have all of this, how much money I spent on actually investing in equipment for the podcast is an eighth of what I spent on my music career. Because this is music, that's music. A lot of these things is music. 2 mic stands, a mic arm, and 2 mics have been for podcasting. And I wouldn't take those investments back for nothing because we have guests in here. We got more guests coming soon. We have all this stuff coming up, and we can actually produce a pretty good quality podcast. Of course, I'm still learning along the way, but I know how to use the equipment. I'm not an engineer.
And like, he ain't buying for no reason. He knows his craft, so he's putting purpose to what he's learned over the years.
Exactly.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
And exactly. So it goes back.
See, that's the thing with me in film, right? So
oh, yeah. Please listen to my brother, please.
A lot of these people,
okay, talk to him.
No shade, got plenty money, buy stuff just because. I done seen people buy stuff just because I use it. I was like,
for a fact.
Do you need that, though?
do you know it's the first question you always ask me.
Do you know why I got that? And, you know, the stuff that, you know, I invest in, I put in work for, as opposed to the people who got money on hand, buy stuff just because.
As he adjusts the camera.
purpose in your investments. Know what you're working for and put it into the work. Don't just buy stuff.
Like,
For a fact.
I ain't gonna lie. Like the other day, I was outside just gliding. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Gliding, just chilling to my music. And a man that never seen me was like, boy, if I ain't know you, I thought you was floating. And I say that because it's like, if I'm practicing just for having fun and it look that good, imagine how much time and energy I'm gonna put knowing I'm gonna have a good payday. You know
For a fact.
So it's like, if you know you about to get paid or you put your money, this is the thing with me. I don't like wasting my own damn money. So if I buy some shoes, I know the shoes that I'm using is gonna be durable. I'm not just gonna have the shoes sitting in the closet to showboat. No, I'm gonna use them.
For a fact.
So it's the same with your craft and the same about how you invest in yourself and putting the investments in things in general. So if you put out all that you need to put out, you're gonna get 10 times more of that. If you trying to jump the line, be half-assed, and then you either get scammed or you don't get a good outcome of your battle, it's because you try to cheat. It's no cheap way to success.
For a fact.
Same with working out, same with anything in life. You gotta have a system or routine to get to a point where people want to look at you, or if people are vouching for you, you got those people that know, like that's up there that you probably don't know that's up there is actually watching you behind closed doors.
For a fact.
Want you to be up there or trying to look for people to work with you as well. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about how you maneuver yourself. Just because you put a lot of content doesn't mean it's good content.
For a fact.
That's all I got to say.
And success, everyone says success is not linear. Yes, it is. Success is just not a monolith based off of who you look at. Hard work, smart work, resources are all a simple line that gets you to success.
And dedication.
All of that put together is not easy to achieve. That's why it's a journey. It's not a difficult journey, just like Killer Mike said. It's not a hard journey. It's just a journey. A journey to get to anywhere is gonna be tough. But if you stick your hand outside on a hot metal pole, wondering why you got burned, you are part of the problem. You are part of the problem. So one thing and I'm not gonna act like I'm like honing in on these 3 people that paid the money. Some of the messages was wild, like talking about what you get in the different packages and whatnot for the $750 and $1,000. One dude was like, well, I don't think I'm up to the $1,000 skill yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and stick with the $750. Saying something like that, you're not at a $1,000 skill and you're not at $750 skill either. For one, if you have that much confidence and faith in yourself to invest in yourself that much, you're worth whatever price you put on yourself as long as you put in that work. Exactly. Secondly, if you're willing to invest in yourself to try to skip the line that way, that same $750 that you could have used toward rent, light, gas, whatever the case may be,
car payment,
you could have used that, invest in workshops, invest in these cheap ass training courses that great dancers are giving people. Like it's motherfuckers training for $50 for private sessions and video labs and stuff like that.
And the classes be like 5 hours, 4 to 5 hours long. That's enough time.
Right. And if somebody's training you for $50 an hour or whatever, that's still not that bad. Like it's personal training, one-on-one training. You basically have a $50 an hour mentor who has already done what you're trying to do. If you pay that towards somebody who hasn't even done what they're offering, then you fooled yourself. Now, the key part of this is there's a lesson to be learned. And I hope everybody involved learned that lesson.
Watch the movie Janky Promoters.
I ain't never seen it, but it sounds exactly like what it's supposed to. Learn your lesson, and not only, stay away from janky promoters. Don't try to jankily promote yourself.
I'm saying that's why I say watch that movie, because it shows you both spectrums.
He was talking to me.
Yeah.
So it's like, again, I understand the eagerness to be successful. I understand the eagerness to see something from what you feel like is hard work. But as soon as you step outside, you run the risk of walking past somebody who's worked twice as hard as you for twice as long, 3 times as hard as you for 3 times as long. So I understand you are impatient where you are right now, but unfortunately, especially with something like dance, we all got into the game late. If you were 16 years old, you're late. There are people who are in ballet studios, jazz studios, tap studios at 4 years old as soon as they can walk.
Yep.
They had tutus for when they were 2 years old. They had tutus at 2. That's not a bar. That's just what happens. They really had them joints.
Even me starting dancing at 11, I was still technically late.
Late because these people who have been training for, imagine looking at a 4-year-old or looking at a 12-year-old and you 12 years old and you just getting to dance and they tell you that they've been dancing for 3 times as long as you.
I'm gonna feel kind of way.
But
it's
be mad.
But then
like,
it's
when
like,
did you start, bro?
But then it's like I'm gonna just do what Rock Lee did.
I gotta train twice as hard as you. I like whatever your regular regimen is. I gotta go 3 times as hard as that to catch up to where you are right now. But then you gotta remember they don't stop training because you started. So now you gotta catch up to the ground that they're still creating between y'all
And
two.
then once you do catch up, you gotta work, like.
Then you gotta
them.
keep it going,
Surpass
and
them.
that's the real hard part. Cause when we get to I won my first battle. Okay, now you gotta win another one.
Yeah,
I got my first gig. Now you gotta get another one.
exactly.
I did my first bone break. Now you gotta learn another one.
Because like even with all those things, it takes time. Like
Absolutely.
even if you having a like rapid amount of rapid pace of shows is coming up, a rapid pace of
Right.
gigs, a rapid pace of battles, it's gonna slow down.
For a fact.
Like, cause when I started coming out here in Norfolk with the dance scene, it was up for me, then it went down a little bit, then it went back up. Now it's more to a pace where I can control it. It's like, yeah, I feel good. If I feel like if I want a battle, I can just go to this place and I can enter the tournament and have a battle. Or
Facts.
if I know the right people, I conversate with them before they have their event and let them know, like, yeah, I want to be a part of the battle
Right.
and everything like that. It's not because I feel like I'm the top dog or anything. Well, I do feel like I'm the top dog, but I'm just not arrogant about it. It's more so like I put in my work and they see the work I have put in.
Right. And you
So-
got faith in the work that you put in.
Exactly. So if you have faith and you put in the work, everything will be good. That's how I wanted to end it off.
For a fact. That's a perfect ending. We appreciate y'all for listening. I know this was a very concise, somewhat of a short and concise podcast. I think this was about an hour and a half, maybe. Yeah, about an hour and a half, actually. Thank you, Tre, once again, coming through. Amazing visuals, per usual. I got on green, so I know I'm bright as hell.
Good conversation.
Great conversation, great topics. We still got more for y'all. This has been What's His Face, talking about what you call it on the What's the Name podcast. I've been one of your hosts, Kelvin Ruffin Jr. Don't forget the Junior. And here with your boy.
And this your boy, Larry The Wavy Fellow. And over here, we create the wave. We don't drown in it.
For a fact.
And I am the other half of this show. Peace. Exactly.
We out, my bad.